I let Taylor take over and do this, I heard that it was somebody's birthday today. So we're going to sing happy birthday, and I'm asking the pastor actually to lead out because I am not the chorister in the church.
Okay, let's sing it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dick. Happy birthday to you.
No speeches. What? No speeches? All right, I think it's really important for us to remember the value of a birthday. It's another year of life. We can thank God for the year that we have gone through and also to thank Him for the year ahead. So to have that opportunity. So tonight is character development, and I'll let Taylor take over.
Hi guys.
Why are we sitting in the back row?
So tonight we'll be talking about character development. With this, it comes values and characters. Family value is standards that are held by members of a family. And then the definition of a character is a person's use of self-control to act on responsible values. Also another term that I found that went along with this was moderation, and moderation is applying limits to avoid going over the top. Another big part of character is self-esteem. There are a couple different types of self-esteem that you can have as a person. With that comes positive self-esteem, and positive self-esteem is a person's belief that he or she is worthy enough and deserves respect. And then the opposite of positive self-esteem would be negative self-esteem. And with that is when a person believes that he or she is not worthy enough or does not deserve respect. And then self-efficacy is when a person's belief in his or her capability or ability to perform a behavior or skill a person's belief in his or her capability or ability to perform a behavior or skill in a desired way. Another part of character, or something that influences your character, is your social emotional environment. And social emotional environment is the quality of the contacts a person has with people with whom he or she interacts with outside in their world. Ways that a positive social emotional environment can improve your health include improving self-respect. It can provide support for responsible behavior. It can reduce stress in your life. It can help to prevent depression. Another part of character is personality. It's also a big part. It's a core part of your character. Different characteristics that promote good health are ambition, compassion, confidence, enthusiasm, generosity, honesty, loyalty, patience, and patience. All of these are going to be something that define different people. Like no two people are going to be the same, so everybody has different personalities, and with that, they're just a part of what makes a person unique and you, and they can influence your life and the decisions that you make. With character comes having a healthy mind. Having a healthy mind, you're going to be able to focus more on your life and to be able to concentrate on things and being determined and getting through it. Some different strategies I found to have a healthy mind include exercise, getting enough sleep, learning some new skills. Some new skills can include learning a new language, how to play an instrument, or start some new hobbies. Protecting your head is a big one. With this, both internally and externally. Externally, head injuries can affect your mental abilities and can lead to such things as memory loss. And head injuries can also increase a person's risk for developing Alzheimer's disease. So with that, if you're with younger people in your family, if they're playing sports, just like encourage them to wear helmets, because you hear about a lot of different concussion cases. Also protecting your head, a big one is drugs and alcohol. Both of those substances are going to affect your mind and you're not going to be able to think clearly. With that goes avoid addictions and avoid alcohol and substance abuse. Another big one to keep a healthy mind is to manage your stress in your life. And then a big part of it is to try to have a social life. I'm definitely an introvert. I sometimes struggle with balancing my social life and personal life and like all that and keeping to myself. And so I have to make an extra point to go out and be social with people. I was talking to my mom today. I was struggling with a couple things to come up with to talk about tonight, and so she kind of brought in the biblical aspect of character, and the big thing she said was that the more time you spend in the Bible, the more it is going to give you peace of mind and change your character. And I just liked when she said that and just encouraged me to keep making time to read in the Bible and all that. And then she also brought up a story I had forgot about. Back home, I'm from Colorado, and my dad, he owns his own roofing company. So a lot of the people that work for him are, there are a lot of Hispanics, and a lot of them have had a hard life. And one of his best workers, I don't know the whole story, but he was in prison for a good chunk of his life, and then he got out, and he decided to totally turn his life around. And so he started reading his Bible, he started going to church, and he completely changed his character. And he's now one of my dad's best workers, and he has a family. I think he has 3 kids. But it just shows you the testament of what that can do and how it can change your life, because I know it changed his life, and I know there's countless other stories out there of similar things. So the next part of this, we're going to pass out a worksheet. It just goes along with developing character, and it's a little person, and it has lines to different parts of your body that correspond with like your mind and how you act and different things you believe. If you just want to take a couple minutes to fill it out, and then if you guys are comfortable enough to share some of that with the rest of us, you're more than welcome to. And this worksheet is going to be about you guys. hope you guys were able to fill out a couple of these lines. I'm going to share a couple things about me, and then if you guys want to share anything else afterwards, you're more than welcome to. For this first one, for Brain and what thoughts are circling in her head. Right now, a lot of thoughts are about the future. I'm going to be graduating soon. I don't know if I'm going to stay in Tennessee or if I'm going to go back home to Colorado. So I think about that a lot. And then eyes, how does she see the world, would probably be as big and massive, and I want to explore it. I want to travel. I was lucky enough to go to Spain for 6 weeks after I graduated high school with my Spanish class. We did at the Adventist school out there in Sagunto, we did some Spanish classes, like a little immersion program, and I would love to go back or other parts of Europe and really go anywhere all over the world if I could. Does anyone else want to share?
I've got the very first one. So what thoughts are circling in my head? I've got, will my family and I be ready? That over to at the eyes, I've got how does he see the world? I've got through the Bible, the spirit of prophecy and news, they're my lenses. That's how I see things. Down a little bit further to the right, it's got what burden does he or she carry. I'm pretty burdened right now. Probably don't have to be, but I'm pretty burdened with my grandchildren. I worry about, superficial stuff like, will they drink enough water to not be constipated? That's kind of way out on a limb, but that's me, because I don't think their mother feeds them the way that I think it should be done. But down further to the left, it's got what is his or her weakness. I've got a lack of self-control in diet and exercise. To the right is what have I left behind? I left behind cancer and smoking 4 packs of cigarettes a day. Down to the very bottom, what significant events? I've got 20 years in the military and surrendering my life to Christ.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
You don't have to share everything, just one thing, two things.
How do I see the world? How do I see the world? I look at the headlines in my computer news and open very little, but the headlines are enough. But I say, okay, God's in charge, and in spite of the evil around us, it's going to be better.
Let's skip around a little bit. I'm not wise enough to be quoted, but there. And burdens to carry, not very many. At age 87. Yeah. What, me worry? Care most about family and the third angel's mission to right-hand man, Jesus first. Weakness, inertia, but I don't have any particular fears, no hard feelings to anybody. Left behind, alcohol and tobacco in the 1950s, gone. Family and educators, I should say, through the years. Experience, quite a lot of experience. Probably not too many people around today have an experience directly with the Great Depression. I was a child growing up then. I didn't know I was poor. But I wrote to my brother the other day a birthday card for him coming up, reminiscing about the challenges that my parents faced as young parents. They were probably had a house on a mortgage in Battle Creek around 1930. As they lost that in the debt and depression, probably 1931 or 32. rented a farm for a number of years, and they took a mortgage on a farm with a big 8-room farmhouse, 1941, that burned to the ground. 5 kids, you move into a built-over garage. They did it. I don't know how they did it, but they did. So, experiences, yes. College and graduate school. One experience, when I was a 10-year-old, one of our plow horses kicked me in the face and left me with partial blindness the rest of my life. I still have that. Half-wit.
Thank you.
What I hold on to is God's promises. Who are what? My right-hand man? Well, without a husband, I don't have one, but God holds my hand. And I have wonderful children, too. A weakness I have, I'll have to admit, is time management. I don't sleep well. I wake up in the morning early and I have my breakfast, but then in the first half of the morning, it's hard to get much done. We just work with our bodies.